Hey everyone, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. My name is Mr. Duel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I'm going to be building Zhongli as a support character, why I think he's going to be great, as a support character, why he actually is an overall great character to have on your team, and the artifact set and stats that I'm going to be looking for, with a little bit of team synergy that I'm going to be building him around. So the first things I want to talk about is his elemental skill, the Dominus Lapidus. This elemental skill, it creates a geo construct, which you're able to hide behind. So against projectiles or enemies, you could actually hide behind it, or you could also climb it as well. Do either the drop attack from the air or climb mountains with it. It helps you save stamina. And really the main thing about it is the geo resonance that kind of comes out of it. It does this AoE geo damage, and the best thing about it is it creates a shard if any element gets touched by the geo. So if the enemy has a elemental status on them, or if they're just a element creature, so like the slimes, they'll just continually drop shards, which will give your team high sustain, which is amazing. With the next part of the Dominus Lapidus ability, he also, if you hold it, it creates a shield that gives a 250% damage absorption for a Geo. And this also scales with your max HP. So the more HP, the more damage absorption you have, which also helps with insane sustain. So having this with the pillar up and you're consistently getting shards, you're going to have a lot more sustain for the team, which is amazing as a support character. And it makes Zhongli so useful. And then the next thing is going to be his elemental burst, the meteor. With the meteor, you could petrify enemies on hit. So when it comes down, it petrifies them for, I think, like 2.8 at the start to like 3.7. I could be wrong, but it does scale based on the talent. So the duration gets longer for the petrification with the higher level talent that it is. And the great thing about petrification compared to like Venti's All, the crowd control for that, it petrifies all types of enemies, excluding bosses. So the bosses can't be petrified, but say like Ruin Guardians or like the Pitsui, the hammer guy, the electric hammers, I can't remember their name exactly. They all get petrified, so nobody can get away from petrification other than bosses. Like Venti's All, it's kind of almost the same thing, but he can only pick up the medium to small enemies. All the other enemies can walk through the All. They'll still get damaged by it if they're in it, but it's just a little bit different compared to Zhongli. And the next thing we're going to talk about really is the artifacts that I'm going to be going for. So I'm going to just kind of show you. I don't have any of this set. I'll talk about the set that I'm going to be going for here shortly. But the stats for the circlet, it's going to be critical damage. The goblet is going to be geo bonus damage. That's what I'm going to be looking for. And this, I haven't figured it out just yet. I'm going to figure it out in the future. There will be a better detailed video here in the future about Zhongli. This is, again, in my first thoughts, but it's either going to be HP percent or attack percent. But with the substats, and the substats that I'm going to be looking for is going to be crit rate, critical damage, HP percent, and then lastly elemental mastery or elemental recharge. Either one would be great, because the mastery will give me more sustain for the shards that drop on the ground with any geo damage created by Zhongli, or the elemental recharge which will give me my ult a little quicker or a lot faster. So either one would be great for him. And the set that I'm going to be looking for is the Archaic Petra. It's at the Guyu, domain of Guyu. There you go. And yeah, the Archaic Petra, and it gives the two set gets the 50% geo bonus damage, which is great for Zhongli. His ultimate will do more damage, including the Dominus Lapidus, which it's fine. That's not really too much what I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about his skill doing damage. More of his ult and the sustain that he's bringing to the team. But the main reason I really like this set because of the 4-piece. Upon obtaining an elemental shard created through a crystallized reaction, all party members gain a 35% damage bonus for that particular element for 10 seconds. Only one form of element damage bonus can be gained in this manner. at one time. So this is just saying that if I picked up a hydro, you get 35% hydro. But if you pick up multiple of them, you can't have multiple. It's only going to be for the hydro for the 10 seconds. And then once the 10 seconds run out, once you pick up another one, whatever element that you pick up will be for that 10 seconds. But this is going to be good for Zhongli as a support, because if the Dominus Lapis is out and it's just constantly making these shards, and say if I'm using Tartaglia, right, and I'm just putting Hydro status effect on all the enemies, right, and there's just constant Hydro shards being dropped in the ground, I'm going to get a consistent 35% Hydro damage bonus on enemies, which is going to be really good, extremely good, really. And then on top of that, I want to talk about this team synergy as well. So with the team synergy I have, so say with that artifact set that I'm rocking that gives me the 35%, also because I have the Geo Resonance synergy going on with the 2 Geo with Ningguang and Zhongli, I also get my interruptions get less, so it's harder for me to get interrupted as a character. And then on top of that, I get a 15% damage bonus if I have a shield on top of me. So now, because I have the 35% from Zhongli by switching to Tartaglia with the Hydro, I also get the 15% because of the 2 Geo. So that's all the 50% damage, Hydro damage bonus, or whatever element that you're using. So it could be any character, say Diluc with the Pyro or anything like that, which it's just amazing. It's just great for if you have a different carry on the team, and you want to just boost them up, giving them a lot more damage. I feel like this team synergy that I have rocking right here really helps a lot. I also have Ningguang as well for Zhongli, because if you use your elemental skill, I think it's your extension 4. If you go through it, you get a 12% geo damage bonus as well. And with this Zhongli, his ultimate will do a lot more damage, and that's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great. And that's not even including the 15% damage with a shield. So if I get a shield on top of that, I'll be doing a 27% damage bonus with my ultimate, which would be I do like roughly 6 or 7k right now without being built properly, because my Zhongli is only level 70. My the Favonius Spear is only level 70, and I don't have any artifacts. I'm doing maybe around 6 or 7k. So just think about that. With that bonus, I'll probably be doing 10k. And then when I actually have him fully built, his ultimate should be at least doing 20k plus, which is going to be crazy. And that's just him being a support character, So without any food buffs or anything like that as well. And yeah, that's really kind of what I wanted to go over. Just my first thoughts, why I think he's going to be an amazing character to have on my team, just supporting Tartaglia. I also kind of want to talk. I do have Diona because she makes shield as well, so it automatically gives me the bonus for the the 15% bonus as well because of the shield for the Geo Resonance. So she's really good for that as well. Yeah, I do want to go over just one small thing about the DPS build. You can build him DPS, guys. Like if anybody's looking to build him DPS, I think the drop off that people are having or issues with is for Abyss. So I feel like he'll be all right in the open world. Maybe you have a harder time around bosses and stuff like that, because just how the normal and charge kind of scales with them. So you may have a harder time like fighting the bosses or doing Abyss with them, but you can still build him DPS. He could still be fun to use as a DPS character. Just be aware that there are stronger characters that can be in the carry role compared to him, just how his elemental skill works. His elemental burst is probably one of the best in the game right now, I personally think. But yeah, there's just a few thoughts just to think over if you're gonna build them into DPS. But other than that, just again, thanks guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks again, everyone.